Whoa! Hey! There we go. What's up, ladies and gentlemen of YouTube? Boogie 2988 coming at you live once again through the power of the internet, and it's another episode of my nightly talk show. I guess I don't even really call it a talk show, it's just me talking. But it's my little sad attempt at a podcast in which basically about once a week I'm going to come out here and hang out with you guys and talk about video games and the gaming industry and what games you're playing, what games I'm playing, what games we're looking forward to. And of course, this week we're going to talk about, where is it? Over here. YouTube. Oh boy. That is the YouTube logo. I might get copyright flagged for that, right? But what a week on YouTube. Holy crap. Now, for those of you who know me, you'll know that I have had a lot of trouble sleeping this week. Ever since all this really started. I did PKA Friday of last week. Woody's Gamer Tag, Wings of Redemption, Kyle, FPS Kyle. You know these guys, Lefty. And we were right at the front of all of this news breaking. And it wasn't until this week that we saw the actual effects of it. YouTube now has a brand new copyright bot, and it's now being applied for the first time to affiliate channels under networks. Now, the way this has worked in the past, and I know you've heard all this before, so I'm going to try to keep it light, but networked partners and YouTubers had basically a free pass. The network was in the business of making sure that copyrighted material was not getting uploaded and put to basically monetization. Well, the networks apparently were not doing good enough of a job, according to YouTube. So YouTube has now released the exact same copyright bot that affects every non-networked person, including myself. I've never been networked, so I've argued with and dealt with this copyright bot over the past year as they practiced it on me. So they push out this bot to check all of these YouTube videos that have previously gone unchecked, and it has resulted in a massive number of flags on some of the best YouTubers out there. Some of my favorites, NerdCubed and Angry Joe, some of the top guys. But as you guys know, there's also managed channels. And people have wondered, why hasn't PewDiePie came out and spoken about this? And I have a theory as to why that is. I don't know for certain, but I have a fairly large certainty that PewDiePie is considered managed at his network. And since he's considered managed, that means that the network, Polaris, is in the business of checking their videos and enforcing copyright themselves. So there's no need for a bot to do it. So he's completely unaffected. I don't know for a fact, and I don't mean to mention names, but John Bain, Total Biscuit, I believe that he is also managed status. And if that's the case, then he's not how to deal with it. But I want to go ahead and say that if you still want to do gameplay on YouTube, you want to look at how Total Biscuit does his content. Because Total Biscuit is very, very, very careful, and he always knew that this might be coming. So he is very careful about using in-game music. He's very careful about using in-game sound. He never shows cutscenes. There is still room for gaming YouTubers if they follow these rules. Now, if you haven't watched these videos and you get the opportunity to do this after you watch this, or if you're watching this on YouTube rather than on Twitch, you can pause and go watch them right now. Angry Joe's rant on this is emotional and beautiful and wonderful, and I could not stress how important it is for you to watch that, because Joe does an amazing job of showing exactly how screwed we are. You should also take a look at Total Biscuit, who does a wonderful job of explaining this in great detail. And it's something you guys need to be aware of. You need to be aware about when it comes to the folks who are watching these videos, or especially the folks who want to create these types of videos. So, what does all this mean? And I'll tell you what it really comes down to. It comes down to the fact that there will still be gaming critiquers and gaming vloggers and gaming gurus out there who are going to create gaming content on YouTube, and they will be allowed to monetize it. YouTube will eventually get this bot right. Okay? And once they do get that bot right, I believe in them. I believe that they will. When they get this bot right, everything should be okay for a while. And as long as YouTubers are playing by the rules, relatively close to how Total Biscuit creates his content, there's a really good chance you're not going to ever have to deal with this copyright bot again. And if you are out there uploading cutscenes, if you're out there uploading music, if you're up there, I believe you should be able to upload that stuff. I believe that, fuck, it's so hard not to get mad about this, so I'm just going to go ahead and get mad about it. I believe you should be able to upload a cutscene. Because when you're doing a Let's Play, the cutscene is a pivotal part of a game. And I believe you should be able to upload the music that's in the game, not, say, copyrighted music like in Saints Row or Grand Theft Auto, but the original music that is original for that game should be allowable in a gameplay video, and specifically in a game review. When you're showing a game review, you need to be able to show the cutscenes to show whether or not they're done well. You need to be able to show them. But regardless, if you play by the rules for a while, there's a real chance, there's a really good chance that you can still do this for a living. And everyone who's not blessed with managed status at a network, then they're just going to have to deal with this. And so what ultimately makes this so wrong and so bad is that there are two layers now. There is a tiered class on YouTube. There are the people who are considered managed, who are going to be the upper tier guys. And they can pretty much upload whatever they want, and until a company's ready to sue them, they're not going to have to deal with it. Then everyone else is subject to the affiliates, which is everyone else that's not managed status, now gets to deal with the copyright bot. Their livelihood, their work, their lives are going to be judged by this fucking bot, this robot. Are you kidding me? Oh. Are you kidding me? And a lot of people are thinking this is the beginning of the end for YouTube, and it's truly not. It's truly not the beginning of the end. In fact, to be honest with you, the YouTubers are amazing. And YouTubers are intelligent, adaptable, enduring folk. And we will get past this Google Plus stuff. And we will get past this affiliate bot level 2-tiered copyright crap. And we'll find new ways to create new content that you guys love watching, I hope. And for folks like me, and all I ever upload is vlogs and stuff like this anyway, we don't have to worry about me. But there are so many people that are affected by it, and I'm done with that. We're gonna get done with that for just a minute, because I really want to talk about gaming tonight. I don't want to talk about YouTube. I'm just so tired of thinking about it. I'm so tired of talking about it. We'll talk about it more the next time they screw up or there's a new development here. But as it is right now, but I'll just go ahead and say this. This will be my closing statement. I wanted to say this for days. Whoever is in charge of making decisions at YouTube right now, one of two things has to be true. Now, my roommate once said something to me a very long time ago. He said that when you become president, we always complain about the job the American president does. We always complain about the job that the American president does, but we don't know what it's like to be president. You know, Obama went into the office thinking, well, I'm going to change the world. I'm going to shut down Gitmo. I'm going to pull the army out. I'm going to do all this great stuff. But in reality, when he got in there, he wasn't unable to do any of it. Because for all we know, the day you sign up to become president, they tell you all kinds of awful shit. You know, Guantanamo Bay, for example. Mr. President, we understand you want to shut down Guantanamo Bay, but we can't do it. Well, why can't we do it? Because we literally have Bizarro from the Superman world in there. We actually have Bizarro locked away in Guantanamo Bay. Where do you want us to put Bizarro? Okay? We have the bad guy from Die Hard. We have diabolical villains. We have witches and immortals. Okay, Satan. We literally have Satan literally locked away in Guantanamo Bay. I mean, you don't know. We don't know what happens in Guantanamo Bay. We'll never know, right? For all we know. So when the guy became president of YouTube, or whoever's making decisions over YouTube, maybe he has absolutely no clue what, I can't imagine what his life is like. I don't know why he's having to make these decisions. But here's what I can tell you, is that I think the decisions he's making are making us fucking stupid. I think the decisions that Obama has made have been pretty fucking stupid. And I think that the decisions, the president of the one person making decisions at YouTube is fucking stupid. And if it turns out that there's a lot of information I don't have, okay, that's fine. But if this guy is just making crazy bullshit decisions anyway, fire his ass. That's all I'm saying, because he is fucking up bad. Like, if he's got legitimate reasons for doing this stuff, more power to you. Thank you for keeping me employed. But I mean, come on. If you're just doing this because it's fun, oh, you know, nobody uses Google+. Fuck them. Fuck them all. Fire them. That's all I'm saying. Oh, God. But we'll endure. We'll get through this. We'll figure out a better way to do this. We'll figure out a way to bring you better content. A lot of people have asked me if I have an after YouTube plan. You're looking at it. This is my after YouTube plan. Twitch.tv/Boogie2988. This is what I'll do. And I'll earn a fraction of the money, but I'll have a way to pay my bills. This is what we'll do. This is exactly what we'll do. Whew. Wow. All right. What else should we talk about? Eagle7D8 says he just bought Spelunky for PS3 and Vita for $3.75, and it's a sweet game. And with a sweet price, I'm going to go ahead and say, too, $3.75 is an amazing price for that amazing game with the amount of replay value it has for it. I'm really enjoying it on the Vita, even though my eyesight's not very good, so it's difficult for me to see everything. I haven't got it downloaded to PlayStation 3 yet. I had tried it on PC, but it's impossible with a mouse and keyboard, so I'm looking forward to using my DualShock 3 to play it. I really wish it was on PlayStation 4. But this gives me an opportunity to talk about one of my favorite things is cross-buying. And this is something that Sony has done spectacularly. Now, just this last week, I bought Doki Doki Universe, which is weird, to say the least. In fact, Doki Doki Universe is a lot like Scribblenauts. If Scribblenauts was all about your feelings and was designed by crazy people, like literally, legitimately, dangerously crazy people. And I bought it last night, and I got the collector's edition for $25 that included all the DLC and stuff. And, that way I didn't have to deal with any ads or stuff in the game. You should unlock this planet for $1 or whatever. I hate that microtransaction shit. And I really wish this game didn't have it in there. But $25 got me the full game, the full experience with all the planets and all the meteors. And I just could not stop playing that game. I could not stop playing that game after 3 hours. And basically, I'm a robot that's trying to get in touch with his emotions by doing scribble not stuff. And I'm flying around on like a flying poop. And I'm like talking to toilets and stuff. And I'm like, I'm trying to prove that I'm human. And I'm taking tests. You would never think this, but I'm paid $25 to take personality tests on a meteor. I don't know what the hell. What the hell? The game is so bizarre, but at the same time, I've truly enjoyed my experience. And when I'm done here tonight, I'll probably go and play it a little more. I may stream a little bit live on Twitch as well. But one of the best parts about Doki Doki Universe is that I bought it for the PlayStation 4, and I can use the PlayStation 4 I can use my PlayStation Vita to remote play it on the PlayStation 4, but then I can also download the game to my Vita or my PlayStation 3. So when you buy it one time for $15 or $25, either the collector's edition, you get 3 copies of the game. You get it for your Vita, you get it for your you get it for your Vita, you get it for your PlayStation 3, and you get it for your PlayStation 4. How cool is that? I can't believe that. So, I mean, I just, Nintendo really needs to step up their game, because if I buy something for the Wii, and this is something that really upset me, if I bought a game on Virtual Console for the Wii, I didn't get it for the Wii U, and I don't get it for the 3DS. And they said there are a lot of different reasons for that, but one of which is that the accounts are not locked. Now the 3DS is now combined with the Wii U. So you have the same account, even though games are not account bound, which they should be. But I don't understand why I can't cross-buy virtual console games. I just bought, I'll even show you, I just bought, God, I hope this doesn't trigger copyright issues. I'll turn down the sound. But I just bought Legend of Zelda, the 1987 released game for the 3DS. And it's a great game. Why isn't it also on my Wii U? It doesn't make any sense to me. That's something Sony has figured out, and it's something that I hope everyone figures out that has something like this. I really, really do. It's fairly frustrating. This week I also beat Dead Rising 3, which is ironically the first game of the new generation that I completed the story on. So it's so funny. Out of all the hate and anger that I've had for the Xbox One, I actually beat my first game was on the Xbox One. Now, I did play Knack, but I didn't beat it. I did play a ridiculous amount of Resogun, but Resogun is not a game you can beat. Now I'm playing Doki Doki Universe. So I've played more on my PlayStation 4. However, the first game I actually completed was on my Xbox One. And Dead Rising 3 was exactly what I expected. Nice, offensive sense of humor, decent ending, decent story, great gameplay. And the graphics aren't really next-gen, but what's next-gen is the fact that there's 800 monsters on the screen. That's what makes it amazing. I mean, it really shows what the hardware can do. And even if the hardware can't put out Battlefield 4 in 1080p, it's still really, really, really good. Let me take a break here just for a second, and I want to welcome our new subscribers, and unfortunately, I have not caught every name. I see Horacle921 has joined. I believe Bloodiest joined us tonight. I forget who else joined us tonight. I'm so sorry. I think we've got 3 or 4 new subs here on Twitch, which is phenomenal. I really appreciate you guys joining in. Don't forget, this will go live on YouTube, so if you want to see it, you'll be able to see it there as well. And many of you will probably be watching this on YouTube because one of the reasons I originally called the series Boogie at Night, and now we're calling it Boogie Nights, was because I filmed this late in the middle of the night. It's kind of, I like to think of it as my talk show kind of thing. So, what else do we need to talk about? I see people mentioning Steam OS in the chat, and I think that is awesome. Now, it looks like they did mail out emails confirming whether or not you are going to get a Steam OS beta box, a beta Steam box. Unfortunately, I didn't get one. Looks like 400,000 qualified participants applied to get one of those beta boxes, and they only sent out 300. I was very disappointed that I didn't get it, but of course I've gotten enough free stuff for the past year to last anybody a lifetime, so I certainly was not expecting to get it. Steam OS that will be downloadable for a new PC, and I have an old PC ready to go, so we are going to download Steam OS for that system and get it all set up. And I'm eager to find out. The video card is not very good. I think it's a GTX 460 or 480. I don't remember exactly. So it's not going to run everything perfectly, but it should be enough to beta test the OS. And I'm eager to see what Steam OS has to bring. And a lot of people are really, really hopeful for Steam, the Steam OS, and they're really hopeful for Steam boxes. If you haven't seen, I believe one of the big companies, iBuyPower, I think, is the first one to come up with a $500 Steam box. So the same, but I don't know if I trust iBuyPower, and there's a lot of negative reviews about iBuyPower and the machines they put together. So I don't know if I would buy that one as opposed to building your own or waiting to see what other ones come out. But for $500, it's the same price as an Xbox One. You can get a limited PC. And that's one of the things that really frustrates me about SteamOS. I wish it was Windows. And I know Gabe, it can't be Windows, and I know why it can't be Windows, but it really should be Windows. Or some version of it, Windows. But again, until I've seen what the system can actually do, there's no telling. And that's what this weekend is going to be for us. We're all going to get our first look at SteamOS and what it can do. But of course, it's Linux-based. Linux, Red Hat, whatever. I don't know. The one with the penguin. I don't really know. But Linux-based, so not Windows-based. So a lot of the games are not going to work out front. A lot of the big-budget games are not going to work. I'm nervous. I'm nervous. And as much as I want it to succeed, and as much as I think it's important that it needs to succeed, I don't know that Valve is going to get it right. And I really, really, really hope they do. So let's hope for that. I hope that you guys are really, really eager to see it work out, and I am very, very eager to see it happen as well. So, what else should we cover this week? I think I'm finally going to start Zelda for the 3DS. Well, I'm going to finish it, hopefully finish it this week for the 3DS. I'm very eager to actually get a chance to play that. Somebody keeps asking if I'm going to get ROS, but I don't know which game ROS is, so I'm going to Google it real quick, and we'll see real quick what ROS is supposed to be. Ring of Scale? I don't know what ROS is. Hopefully somebody will tell me in the chat what game he's referring to. That's the problem with abbreviations. Not everybody knows them. So, Fallout 4. Yes, Fallout 4. Now, as you guys know, Fallout 4 was... the Fallout 4 website was a hoax. And it's pretty exciting to find out that while the Survivor 2299 website was a hoax, Fallout 4 does in fact exist, is going to take place in Boston, which is super cool, and I can't wait to play it. Fallout 4 certainly going to be a game of the generation. Anytime that studio gets behind a new game, it's going to be phenomenal. Fallout is an amazing series, and I got a lot of slack for this last show, but I said that Fallout 3 was the best of the series. Well, maybe it's not the best, but it's definitely one of my favorites. Fallout New Vegas is also amazing. Both games are amazing. So, absolutely Fallout 4. No release date, no trailer, no clue. Can't wait to play it anyway. Turns out ROS stands for Reaper of Souls, and... I'm going to wait, I think, and see what it actually comes out to be. I want to see what people are actually thinking about it. I want to see if the game is worth playing after Reaper Souls. I'm eager, and I'm anticipating good things. But at the same time, I can't say that I trust them anymore. So what it's really going to come down to, for me, they're going to have to make it work. And if it doesn't work, I don't care, and I'm going to wait for the reviews. I might early adopt. I might get the game ASAP. I have been reading things about the beta, and people seem to be enjoying themselves. My wife really enjoyed Diablo 3, so I think she'll really enjoy the expansion. I'll get it for her if she wants to do it, but I just can't get excited. I might play it for the sake of the storyline, just to see what they do with it, but... other games I'm really looking forward to. Kingdom Hearts 3, can't wait. The South Park game, I can't wait till it's finally out. Aberdeen, one of my moderators, asked me whether or not I played Diablo 3 on the consoles, and I haven't. And if I do, I will play it on PlayStation 4. Because if you don't know this, the PlayStation 4 copy does come with the console built in. Or sorry, the expansion built in. Excuse me. So if I do buy it, I'm certainly going to buy it on PlayStation 4. And I don't know if PlayStation 4 will allow you to do 2 players on the same screen, but if they can, that's going to be the big thing. Oh my God. Now somebody just mentioned EverQuest Next. Man, hold on a second. I'm going to play a copyrighted sound. Because I just want to hear that sound. EverQuest level. Let's see. Here it is. Loser.
Do I know you?
Here, hold on. Hopefully. Here it comes.
I was kidding.
Oh, best level sound ever. Oh, does it do it here too? Let's see. Oh, no. Copyrighted music. We're getting flagged. Anyway, the level ding in the original EverQuest to this day still means leveling to me. When I level in any game, I will shout across the house, Ding! Because that was the ultimate ding. So I'm a huge EverQuest fan, and I am a huge Sony fan. Sony Online Entertainment is one of the best companies. Also one of the worst companies at points, but certainly one of the best companies. And they did some wonderful things for me at different parts of my life. But EverQuest Next. So EverQuest Next is an MMORPG in which you can do pretty much anything in, I presume. They're supposed to be blowing the entire system apart and altering the way people level and alter the way people do stuff and alter the way people do whatever, however. And all that is promising. All that is interesting to me. It's something that's got me very eager, okay? However, what's really got me interested is the world building aspect. Now, EverQuest, not EverQuest Next, but, is it EverQuest Next? Yeah. EverQuest Next Landmark. Landmark is trying to take on Minecraft. It's trying to take on world building. It's trying to take on world design. And if you haven't seen the trailer for this, I highly recommend it. I'm going to post it here. True. I'm going to try. I will post it on the YouTube version. If you haven't seen the trailer for this, in which they display the mechanics, you have to see it. But imagine part MMORPG and part World Explorer, part Minecraft, and part Second Life, all thrown together in the EverQuest world, and you're talking boogie crack. Like, I can't, like, and I watched this intro, the intro to the world building, and my wife was looking over my shoulders like, what is this? And I'm like, oh, it's EverQuest Next, Legacy or Lineage or whatever it's called. The Landmark, that's what it's called. And she goes, what is he doing? I'm like, building a house. Dude is building a house. Dude is building towers. Dude is landscaping. And then the fact that they're going to take the things that you create in EverQuest Landmark and put it into the actual, like, that's exactly what I want from MMORPGs. And that's the problem for MMORPGs for me now. World of Warcraft, I've done it. I've done it so much I can't. And now World of Warcraft with the new expansion wants to take me back in time to do the same shit again. Like, there's actual backwards time travel so they can reintroduce some of the old character. Who gives a shit? I'm tired of playing the same game. I played it when it was called EverQuest. I played it when it was called Meridian 52. I played it when it was called Ultima Online. I need something new. I need something better. And don't just try to reinvent it the way Star Wars did, or the way Elder Scrolls Online is trying to do. And I hope, by the way, I'm going to eat my words on Elder Scrolls Online. We'll talk about it in a minute. But EverQuest Next Landmark. Look at that shit. I will personally tell you that I will be building worlds in that game. If you want to play with me, buy that game. We will build shit together. We will be a family. We will hold each other's hands. And I'll only play like 2 hours a week because that's all the time I have for gaming, really. But those 2 hours a week are going to be awesome. All right, there we go. That's my rant about EverQuest. So Elder Scrolls Online. You know, when everybody's doing the Final Fantasy 14 thing, I was the same way. I was like, oh, Final Fantasy 14. Now, it's out. Star Wars, the new Star Wars, whatever it's called. Rift was interesting. I liked Rift. Rift went free to play recently, and I keep thinking about going back, but, Titanfall. Let's talk about Titanfall for a little while. Now, if you're an Xbox One fan and you own an Xbox One or you're planning on getting one of the reasons you're probably getting one is because you are excited for Titanfall. And I will tell you that Titanfall is coming to PC as well as Xbox One. I plan to play it on PC. Titanfall, to me, looks really good and it feels really promising. But after doing PKA last week, I am concerned, to say the least. I'm concerned about whether or not they can balance that game and whether or not they can get it right. And I got to tell you, I have a genuinely strong feeling they're not going to get it right. And I want them to get it right. Don't get me wrong. I absolutely want them to get it right. But until it's out and until we see it, we don't know. And I'll play it on PC. I might buy it for the Xbox One. I don't know where I'll play it, but probably PC if it's a equal time release, and we'll have a lot of fun with it. It is the exclusive that has me most interested, but it looks like pre-orders for the new Halo game will start at the beginning of 2014, and that's a game that's got me very, very, very excited. Speaking of other games coming up soon, Octodad on January 17th, PS4. I can't wait to play it there. I cannot wait to play it. Second Son, do we have a release date for Second Son yet? No, we do not. Another game I'm absolutely eager to play. And it's really funny. Tonight, we were discussing the console wars on my Twitter feed. And if you don't follow me on Twitter, you really, really, really should. I know I post too much, but so do you, bitch. But twitter.com/boogie2988. And I've been talking about all kinds of stuff there that you don't really see on YouTube as often. And it's definitely a way to see a much more personal version of me. I only make an hour's worth of content per week, but I must make 1,000 Twitter posts. So it's a great way to know when I'm going to go live. It's a great way to get directly in contact with me. It's a great way to see what we're talking about and what is going on in my life. Yeah, I retweet my wife's pictures all the time. You'll see some unique stuff you won't see anywhere else. So we were talking about the console wars, and I have been accused of being biased towards Sony. And I'll be the first to tell you that I feel that Sony's got the superior console. I really like Sony's console as a core gamer because it has better graphics. It's primarily centered around gaming, and at the end of the day, I think it's a slightly stronger system. And all that stuff matters to me. What really matters to me is that Sony has a tendency to really, really dig in with the good folk that make indie games. Now, Xbox is definitely getting in on that too, but right now, PlayStation has the edge when it comes to graphics and when it comes to graphics and when it comes to indie game development. Even though developer kits for the PS4 apparently are like $2,500, ugh, it sucks. But, long story short, they are willing to actually pay indie companies to design games for them. And with cross-buy, it's fantastic, especially with the Vita. Microsoft is definitely trying to take care of that stuff. Graphically, at the end of the day, the Xbox One is excellent at what it does. There has not been a day that we have not turned on our Xbox One at least once. Either I played a game on it, or my wife has watched TV on it, or she's done Microsoft Fitness. And the other night and I'm sorry to say this by the way, but the other night we used we had a party at our place, and so we used Xbox Music to be our MC, and so we tried like radio, and it sucks. Like, it's so bad. The UI and the navigation, but when it came down to like related songs, I put in Queen, and sure, I got some good related songs to Queen. I got like some Queen songs and some Journey songs, but we got some of the worst shit. Like, apparently what's related to Queen is music you've never heard of from the 60s and 70s. It was just, I can't even, ugh. But they'll get that worked out, I hope. I have a year's subscription given to me by the folks at Xbox for Xbox Music, so we're hoping it turns out to be pretty good. But the Xbox One has all these extra features that the PlayStation doesn't. But the problem is, if it was as powerful as a machine, I would gladly say the Xbox One is better. But it's not, because the PlayStation 4 is better for core gamers. And so people get mad at me when I say that because, number one, they don't like it when I say that I like my Xbox. That pisses them off. Well, Sony did this for you, Sony did that for you. You should like Sony better because I'm a Sony fan. Well, I do like my PlayStation 4. It's the superior system. Then the Xbox One guys get mad. Like, I can't fucking believe that. You just said you liked Xbox. Now you're saying the PlayStation 4 is the superior system? Which one do you like? Which one do you like? Which one do you like? You like PlayStation. You like Xbox. You like PlayStation. You like Xbox. No, I don't. I like them both. I like them both, and I also like my Wii U, and I also like my Vita, and I also like my 3DS, and I also like my PC. I love video games. I love all video games. Well, you're biased. You're biased. That's the only reason you like the PlayStation 4 is biased. I'm probably the least biased person you know because I buy it all and I try to play it all. And I don't care who wins. I don't give a shit. It's true that I'm more invested in Sony right now because Sony has proven to be pro-consumer. I'm invested in Sony right now because Sony has proven to be more in tune with my needs. But that's it. The only reason I'm pro-Sony is because Sony right now is a little bit better. A little bit better. That's why. But at the end of the day, I'm a gamer, man, and I don't care how you game. I don't care how you choose to game. I don't care what system you game on. I'm just glad you game, and I'm grateful that we have that in common, and I'm grateful that that's what brought us together. That's the most important thing to me, because I love you, man, and I'm not going to stop loving you because you're pro PlayStation, and I'm not going to stop loving you because you're pro Nintendo or pro Xbox or pro Sega Dreamcast or pro fucking Virtual Boy. I don't care. I don't care. You game, I game, we game, let's game. Like, one of the best things about gaming is that when I play Magic the Gathering or I play board games and I go to play Dungeons and Dragons, I would sit down from some of the weirdest people in the world. One of my friends from college turned out to be a pedophile. Okay? But who cares? I care, obviously. I'm not probably ever going to talk to the guy again in my lifetime, but we would sit down and what mattered, I had no clue that he was a pedophile. Because we were concentrated on the game. We concentrated on the woolly mammoth he summoned, and we concentrated on the singer vampire I summoned, and we concentrated on our Dungeons and Dragons characters, and I never knew. There's no way I would have ever known. Because that shit didn't come up because we're gamers. And we gamed. So, I don't know. Sorry. That's one of the hardest things for me. It's one of the hardest things for me. It's because I try to be as unbiased as I can. No Man's Sky. Well, last week somebody asked me about No Man's Sky, and I said I didn't know much about it. Now I do know quite a bit about it. And it looks like a procedurally generated sci-fi space exploration game. And the trailer looks good, and the mechanics that I've heard about it look good. My biggest concern with No Man's Sky is that procedurally generated stuff is very, very difficult to do. Now, EverQuest, we're always talking about EverQuest because it's a game that shaped my life. And EverQuest did procedurally generated dungeons in Lost Dungeons of Norath, one of its expansions. And the way they did it there was kind of boring. They did a decent job, but it was kind of boring. Cloudberry Kingdom is a game that has completely randomly generated levels. And those randomly generated levels are awesome. I've never had an experience like that in my life. If you've not played Cloudberry Kingdom, get it on Steam, PC, PlayStation right now. It's the tits. Okay? It's so much fun. Play it with 4 people. Try the super hard mode. Scream at each other. Punch each other in the face. It's fun. 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 So, No Man's Sky has some real potential, and I want it to have real potential. I want it to be good. I want it to do good things. I want it to be awesome. We're just going to have to wait and find out. We're just going to have to wait and find out, because who knows? Who knows? That's all I'm saying. I'm eager to play it. I'll tell you what's really got me excited right now. Microsoft, if you're watching this, I hope you're excited about this. Project Spark. Now, Project Spark is coming to PC, but Project Spark is also only on Windows 8.1 currently. You've got to be kidding me. I want to mess around with Project Spark so bad. And if you're not familiar with what Project Spark is a game in which anybody can create games for that game. And Project Spark currently is in alpha or beta. I think it's alpha or beta, and it currently allows you to play create games. You can even sell the games you create through Project Spark. It's a brilliant, ambitious, awesome, awesome thing. And I cannot wait. But I'll never play it. I'll never get to design games for it because I'm not going to install Windows 8.1. In fact, I have a copy of Windows 8.1 right here, which I could install right now on this system to mess with Project Spark, and I refuse to do it. Absolutely refuse to do it. Just not going to happen. Windows 8 is not good. It needs a lot more work. So I would love to be involved in Project Spark. I would love to be designing a Boogie 2988 themed game right now. But I can't. Because this is a Windows 7 machine. And that's a Windows 7 machine. And a lot of my software is not optimized for 8.1. A lot of it has not worked very well in 8.1. I had trouble with XSplit. I had trouble with my video editing software. I have to use 7. If I can't use 7, I can't play your game. So stupid to exclude all of 7 users, you know. I own a copy of 8.1. If it's that you want me to buy a copy, I have a copy. It's right here. I'll send you the serial code. Make Project Spark work on Windows 7. That's all I'm telling you. And if it doesn't, I don't know. For all I know, it does. And I hope somebody can prove me wrong. I hope that I can download. I hope somebody from Microsoft tweets me tomorrow morning and says, "Actually, you can get Windows 7." So. Hopefully I'm wrong. But according to Major Nelson's tweets, he said Project Spark is now on Windows 8.1. Project Spark is now on Windows 8.1. And for all I know, that means it's in the App Store and not just something you can download. And a lot of people are defending 8.1, and that's okay. 8.1 may be awesome for you and your needs. That's great. And if it is, I'm very happy for you. I'm glad you found an OS that you like. Just doesn't work for me. Simply dual boot Windows 8 if you really want Project Spark. That's a good idea. Maybe I'll end up doing that. But yeah, like I said, Windows 8, just not for me. Might be for you, just not for me. Release date for Elder Scrolls Online is 4/4/14, somebody says. That's awesome. I'm glad that we have a release date. I need to wait and see if it's good. I just have to. Well, somebody suggests we do a straw poll for Windows 8, and we'll just go ahead and do that real quick. Straw poll. Let's see. Which is your preferred OS? Windows 7, Windows 8.1, Mac, lol. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to put up this straw poll and allow you to vote. I'm going to get my vote in there real quick, so I get to be first. All right, ladies and gentlemen, I'm posting a straw poll in the chat, and we'll check it in just a minute. Go ahead and get in there and vote. While we do that, I'm going to take a moment to say thank you to our new subscribers. As you guys know, you can subscribe here on Twitch for $5. I'll get $2.50 of it, which is pretty cool. It gives me a reason to keep coming back. Gives you a reason to keep coming back. Of course, you get, while you're here, if you subscribe here, you'll also get access to my awesome icons. And those awesome icons allow you to post pictures of me in chat, and you look super cool. You can use them in our chat, and you can use them anywhere. And that's pretty cool. But it's also a great way to support me here on Twitch, my endeavor on Twitch. Of course, you can't really do it on YouTube. If you ever want to support me on YouTube, all you got to do is turn ad block off if you use it. And it looks like 74% of our current viewers prefer Windows 7. 18% prefer Windows 8, 56 votes. And 28 of you are on Macs, which is pretty cool. There's nothing wrong with a Macintosh. Doesn't play a lot of games, but it doesn't need to. It's your workstation. It's your Facebook machine. Let it do what it wants. Video editing. It's good at what it does. Windows 7, 247 votes versus Windows 8.1 at 60 votes. So a lot of people fairly resistant to move into 8.0, and there's a lot of good reasons why. But some people like it. Some people don't. Some people like train. So I have a story for you guys. It's going to come across as a little racist, but we'll do it anyway. So back when I played World of Warcraft during the Lich King, which is a fun expansion for our little small guild, we did a lot of raiding. And if you guys don't remember, there was a toy shop in Dalaran, and in Dalaran there was a train that you could buy. And if you laid the train down, everyone in the area would go woo woo, chugga 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 chugga, woo woo. You know, they would make the train sound. And so if you're on a raid with 40 people and you lay down the train, everybody chugga chugga. Oh, I guess 25 people, right? Because it was Lich King. But you lay down the train, and it's chugga 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 chugga, woo woo, and everybody would do it. It would last for like 60 seconds. And so if multiple people had multiple trains, multiple people would lay down multiple trains, you would have 20, 30, 60 seconds, 2 minutes, 3 minutes, 4 minutes, 5 minutes of people making the train noise. It was super annoying. And so we would bring them on raids, and then people would say, no, we don't want trains on the raids anymore. And trains, we will kick you if you lay down a train. But our guild leader, God love her, her name was Joey. She's one of my favorite people in the world. And I would, if I ever get a chance to meet her in person, I will hug her till she can't breathe anymore. Okay? But she was this Asian girl, and I don't remember what part of Asia she's from. But she had an Asian accent. I believe it was Chinese accent. And she was just one of the nicest human beings. And so one night, me and my friend Tim dropped trains in the middle of the raid, one right after the other, and everybody would just flip out. Everybody just flipped out. So whoever's dropping trains, we're going to kick you out of the guild. We're going to kill your face. We're going to kill your family. We're going to kill your dog. We're just going to beat you to death. And we're just laughing so hard in Vit because it's the funniest thing to listen to everybody freak out. And so Joey, God bless her, she gets on and she says, and this is why this is racist, because when I tell the story, I have to do my version of her Asian accent, and so it's a little bit racist, and I apologize in advance to anybody who might be offended. But Joey says, okay, now listen. Some people like train, and some people don't like train. And if you like train, okay, that's okay. You like train. If you don't like train, that's okay too. You don't like train. But here on out, no more train when we try to raid. Just in my brain, I do that all the time. And, it's like, I don't like Windows 8.1. Geoffric does like 8.1. Some people like train. Some people don't like train. Geoffric likes 8.1. Boogie doesn't like 8.1. And that's okay. We're going to agree to disagree because we're gentlemen. We're adults. You don't have to like anything. You don't have to like, and I don't have to like anything you like. That's how it is. Let's just be adults about it. Let's just be adults. Right? In the meantime, woo woo, woo. The whole time I'm telling that story too, by the way, he's in there. He's like, I can't believe Boogie's dodging the question or whatever, the topic. He's trying to get off. I'm not trying to get off the topic, but I'm telling you a story about Windows 8.1. You like Windows 8.1? I don't like 8.1. He says that he understands the OS, and that's true. I only had it installed for about a week before I got a chance to before I uninstalled it. So he doesn't, he gave it a fair chance, and I didn't, and that's the difference. So all right, new topic. What else do we got to talk about? Let's talk about Xbox a little bit more for just a second. Peggle 2! Boo! Yeah! Peggle 2! Peggle 2 finally came out for the Xbox One, and it's currently an Xbox One exclusive, due on other formats, probably PC and PlayStation soon. But it's currently on Xbox One exclusively. And now, as you guys know, I love PopCap. I love PopCap, even though EA bought them, and EA did make some changes to the way they work. I still love PopCap, and to a lesser extent, I still love EA. EA got voted the worst company in the world for 2 years. I think that's bullshit as long as Bank of America exists, but whatever. Peggle 2 is a lot of fun. And if you haven't bought Peggle 2 for $11.99 on your Xbox One, highly recommend it. It's a wife that your kids can get into. It's a game that your wife can get into. It's a game that you will just have fun playing. And I really, really, really have enjoyed it. That said, my favorite feature of Peggle 2 is that it's not free to play. That it's not free to play, and that it's not ruined by the free-to-play microtransaction bullshit. In fact, when you buy Peggle 2, you get entirely all of the levels, all of the characters, and everything that you can do in the game currently. And then, on top of that, there's a free patch. I believe it's free. Don't quote me on that, but I believe it to be free. A free patch that's going to add dueling, same console dueling, as well as multiplayer dueling. Holy crap. Awesome. It's a wife that your kids get into. Is that apparently I misspoke there. And I said that it's a wife that your kids can get into. You know, we're live, kids. And I'm an idiot. Good night, everybody. A wife that your kids can get. Oh my god. Now, Plants vs. Zombies 2. Let's talk about Plants vs. Zombies 2. As you guys know, Plants vs. Zombies 2 is a game I was absurdly excited for. I was like, oh my god, yay! And when they asked me to be in their ad for it, I jumped at the opportunity. I was like, please, put me in the advertisement. I was in there with Major Nelson. It was so cool. And then Plants vs. 2 came out, and it's free to play. And it's genuinely free to play. Like, you can play that game for free. But it does have a gold system. And that gold system basically ruins the game for two reasons. Number one, it allows you can buy the gold. And since it's such a driving game mechanic, being able to buy that gold is some bullshit. Secondly, that gold allows you to use a power on each level that allows you to fling stuff off the screen and use lightning powers and lets you... It's bad. It's straight up bad. Plants vs. 2, Zombies, the Nightmare. Plants, And Plants vs. Zombies 2 is a perfect example of a game that was ruined by microtransactions. Stupid. Had the microtransactions only been you can buy new levels, had the microtransactions been you can buy new plants, the old plants that we didn't choose to bring back, that would have been great. That was not the case. So, yep, that's pretty much about it this week for gaming. We covered the YouTube copyright gate. We covered Xbox One versus PlayStation 4 versus Wii U. Just kidding, Wii U. You suck. Nobody wants you. Nobody loves you. Oh, just kidding. I love my Wii U. All 3 games. We talked about Windows 8 and why I dislike it. Why other people do like it, and that's okay. We've talked about Project Spark. I think we covered most of the things that I wanted to cover. Somebody's asking me about Rise, and Rise is definitely a game that is on my next playlist on my Xbox One. But for right now, I'm focused on Doki Doki Universe, which is crazy fun to play. WildStar, Star Citizen. I don't know much about Star Citizen yet, but I'm eager to find out. I'm waiting. Dark Souls 2, again, another game. Oculus Rift. Oculus Rift is another thing I do want to talk about, actually. We're getting close to Oculus Rift finally getting a release date and a consumer version that runs Android, and I'm eager to see what that's all going to be like. I continually think I should get a developer's kit, and I may still yet get one because it seems like a lot of fun to play with and mess around with. But the Oculus version, which will run Android, the release version, I'm eager to mess with. Looking forward to release. Guys at Oculus, if you want to give one away, ooh, just kidding. I get enough free stuff. All right, guys, we're at about 1 hour, and I'm running close to out of water. For those of you who've noticed, this looks like Fiji water. It was once a Fiji water, but we refill them in our house. We recycle. I know there's danger about PVC chemical, I don't know, carbon monoxide, I don't know. And we refill this bottle and reuse it because I'm not paying that much for water ever again. Paid for it once because I like the bottle. Otherwise, it's my refill. All right, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to go ahead and wrap real quick. This part will go onto YouTube. And then we'll go into subscribers mode only for a little while. So, ladies and gentlemen, this has been Boogie Nights, episode 2 on YouTube. Thanks for tuning in. We'll see you next week. Bye.